Alright, so yeah, YouTube, getting into the build. Sorry, had to kill a fly. Katagawa's Incarnate. We have 16 in the green skill tree, 33 in the blue skill tree. This is like a witch build, you know, a spellcaster build, if you would. So we're gonna go ahead and put 5 points into cold iron for gun damage. We're then going to put 5 points into Portents of Suffering for status effect damage. We go down to the next level. We're going to put 5 points into Grave Fiends for our curse skill so that we gain more increased damage, right? After that, we come down to the left blue tree. We're going to put 5 points into Prismatic Core, making it to where when we apply a status effect, another random elemental status effect will be applied. It has a 2-second cooldown and 150% of the initial status effect. We then go ahead and put 5 points into Keen Suffering. Status effect damage gains a chance to critically hit. Critical hit chance is 20%. We're then going to come across, put 4 points into Burning Attunement. While VEX is attuned to Incendiary, we gain increased crit hit damage as well as status effect application chance. So we can see that our crit hit damage is 24%. Our status effect is 28%, or status effect application. After that, we put 4 points into Prismatic Weaponry. VEX and her specters deal bonus damage with gun critical hits. The bonus damage is a random elemental type that changes on reload. Bonus damage will be further increased for each active attunement skill. We can see we get a bonus damage of 24%, and you get 50% bonus damage per attunement skill, right? So we're then going to skip over to the green tree, and in the green tree we're going to put 5 points in the kill skill, Grave Sights. This increases our crit damage. You can never have too much crit damage, right? After that, we're going to put 10 points. We have 5 points from Bloodletter. We're going to put 5 points for a total of 10 into gun and skill critical hits. We'll have a chance to apply bleed, causing kinetic status effect over time. Now, keep in mind my data did get wiped, so I do not have a legendary class mod with 5 points of Bloodletter in it. But rather, we are just using a Rending Scion with no real bonus besides status effect damage and kinetic damage, 5 points into Bloodletter. However, you want to use Electric Avatar, which makes it to where VEX and her minions gain increased damage for each active attunement skill. Each active attunement skill will also grant them damage reduction against that elemental type. You change attunements based on your weapon. And you know you're attuned when you look down in the left corner of your screen by your shield. You will see now that I am attuned to fire. And when I attune myself to shock, the fire will start running out. Basically, whichever element VEX has equipped through her weapon, that's what you're attuned to. It is possible to become attuned to multiple kinetic, fire, shock, radiation. However, y'all see that's a whole lot of switching. That was what I was going for before this, but we swapped the entire build. So keep in mind you want a legendary class mod with 5 points of Bloodletter, typically giving you a couple of different attunements so you can get that damage buff. We're then going to put 2 points into Grave Implements for kill skill. VEX and her minions gain increased gun damage. We like this, right? After that, we put 3 points into Grave Power. I think this is the best you could do with the 3 points because VEX kill skills gain increased max stacks by 3. So that is pretty huge. We then have 2 points into our drink full. When Vex deals gun damage, we gain a stack of drink full, increasing our fire rate. Okay, not that big of a deal. Like I said, you do want a different class mod. But y'all see, we are still doing damage because of that status effect and because of that blood letter, even though it's not the best. Now, we are using Incarnate. Vex creates a phase explosion, dealing damage to nearby enemies and fully restoring core health while active. Vex can use Eldritch Blast and gain increased movement speed. We, however, for our augment are using Grave Harvest. This is a kill skill. Killing an enemy while Incarnate is active will spawn a soul orb which deals status effect damage over time to nearby enemies for a duration, and you can press to detonate it, dealing ordnance damage to nearby enemies, or pick it up to restore your health. Now keep in mind, this does work with Prismatic Core. Whenever Vex or her minions apply a status effect, apply another random elemental status effect. So great big elemental damage, as y'all could see. For my rep kit, I am using the standard triple bypass. This rep kit has 3 charges on and has a 30% chance to replenish a charge on kill, as well as Amp, the big perk, on use grants increased damage by the next shot by 200%, or of the next shot by 200%. You can see it's only level 4, but we're still getting that 200% damage on use. The level doesn't change the bonus of the perk, so you know, if this is all you got, equip it. We can heal ourselves when we pick up the energy orb, so that's not really a big issue for us. For our shield, we are using a Nova pointed protean cell. This makes it to where when we ground slam, it starts draining our shield over time, but grants us a 40% damage to shock, and any damage towards our shield is just ignored as it just passes through, right? When receiving melee damage, we gain these extra perks are worthless. You want something like shield recharge rate and then the Nova, something like that, and then you'll be good. For the grenade, we're using the knife, right? You throw the knife, all status effects hits will critical, everything will critical hit, and it is amazing. Now, for our enhancement, we are actually using the rapid onset fashionista. Synthesizer guns with Maliwan licensed parts have a 25% status effect damage, and transfuser. On kill, guns with Maliwan licensed parts will spread their status effects up to 3 nearby targets. But when we combine that also with the gun status effect, damage is increased by 25%. We get a lot of damage buffs, especially because on our Katagawas, we do have the Jacob's license accessory, where critical hits will ricochet projectiles to nearby enemies. Y'all seen earlier, we shoot and multiple orbs create off one shot. That's because we're getting a critical hit. When we get a critical hit, it stacks all those orbs from Katagawa's. More status effect damage, more status effects, more damage, more damage, more damage, right? And we love it. You can see it slays bosses, but this was initially in testers to be a mob slayer build. Everybody makes these big boss slayers, you know, and I think they forget that waves and groups of enemies are also part of Borderlands. So yes, this can destroy bosses, but it's meant to be a mob slayer. So I hope y'all did enjoy the Katagawa's Incarnate Vex build. Very fun build, very strong build. Katagawa Sniper is nice if you're trying to build an elemental status effect build. Very good. That's gonna do it for me, YouTube. Y'all take care. Hit that subscribe button if y'all found this useful or helpful. Appreciate y'all stopping by and checking me out. Peace.